We got atmosphere, we love this place. Hey, living different lives, but we all unite for this one day. And when we all come together, your love is making us better. The world will see the truth of who you are. No bigger life than growing up in your house, when we discover who we can become. Praising with your people, going all out. We came to meet with you, 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 you. We came to meet with you, 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 you. Hey, there was more to see. Yeah, we got the key found in your word. Hey, I got a heart to serve and help build your church in Jesus' name. And when we all come together, your love is making us better. The world will see the truth of who you are. No bigger love than growing up in your house, when we discover who we can become. Praising with your people, going all out. We came to meet with you, 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 you. We came to meet with you, 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 you. And when we all come together, your love is making us better. The world will see the truth of who you are. And when we all come together, your love is making us better. The world will see the truth of who you are. Who you are. No bigger life than growing up in your house, where we discover who we can become. Yeah. Praising with your people, going all out. We came to meet with you, 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 you. No bigger life than growing up in your house, where we discover who we can become. Praising with your people, going all out. We came to meet with you, 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 you. We came to meet with you, 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 you. We came to meet with you, 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 you.
Hear you! Oh! I've got a totally cool new way to learn the books of the Bible.
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth. First and Second Samuel, First and Second Kings, First and Second Chronicles. That's all the First and Second Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms and Proverbs, Ecclesiastes and the Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah. Lamentation. Ezekiel and Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. Come on everybody and sing along. We're doing the books of the Bible song. Come on everybody and dance and sing. We're doing the books of the Bible thing. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, and Romans. First Corinthians, Second Corinthians, Galatians, and Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians. First Thessalonians, Second Thessalonians, First and Second Timothy, Titus and Philemon, Hebrews, James, First and Second Peter, First and Second, Third John, Jude, and Revelation.
Bible chapters for kids. The Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever.
Psalm 23, a psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord.
Do you know how the world began? How God created it by hand? From mighty mountains to the raging sea, to every leaf on every single tree. It's in the holy book. Just open up and take a look. It's a story for young and old, the greatest story ever told. So lend an ear and you will hear the greatest story. The greatest story.
Long ago, word spread throughout the land of a wonderful teacher in Jerusalem. It was Jesus, the Son of God. He helped people who were sick. And encouraged those who were lonely. He answered their questions and told them about God. Jesus traveled from place to place, and wherever he went, people wanted to hear what he had to say.
You know, the angels of children are always very close to God in heaven.
Please, touch my baby. Pray for my child.
No, go away.
One of Jesus' disciples was upset.
Can't you see Jesus is too busy to waste his time on children?
Wait. My Father's kingdom is made up of people who trust and love like children do. To God, every child is a special treasure. As my disciple, you should know I could never turn children away.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
Here,
Please, come back. I was wrong. Jesus will bless your children.
Jesus was never too busy for anyone, young or old, sick or well.
Teacher!
If you really know all the answers, tell me, how can I get into heaven?
You've studied God's law. What do you think?
Well, it says to love God with all my heart and mind and strength. And I should love my neighbors and other people as much as I love myself.
That's right.
But wait, I understand everything but that last part. Who are my neighbors? And how do I love others? So, what's your answer, Jesus?
There's the story of a young man.
He left Jerusalem on a trip to Jericho. The young man checked his money carefully, as his father had always told him to. And then began his journey.
Morning. Good morning.
Along the way, the man greeted other travelers, including a priest from the temple.
Have a safe journey.
And you also.
As his journey continued, he came upon another traveler. A Levite. Levites helped the priests in the temple.
Thank you, my friend. Good journey to you.
And to you.
As time passed, the traveler saw fewer and fewer people on the road.
So I'm not alone. What a beautiful bird. I remember seeing such a bird once.
Oh, Papa! Can we look at the birds?
We always do, son.
Oh, Papa, don't you just love the birds?
Love the birds! Love the birds!
Come on. Your mother sent us to buy almonds for our dinner.
They live down the street from us, don't they?
Yes, they're our neighbors. They're good people.
Oh, Papa, look! Who's that man?
Him? He's not from Jerusalem. He's from Samaria.
That's a Samaritan?
Stay here, son. The Samaritans are not like our neighbors. They are our enemies and can't be trusted.
The boy was taught to fear anyone from a different place.
Always remember, beware of the Samaritans. Beware of the Samaritans.
The traveler was completely alone on the road when a stranger approached. He was frightened because his father had always warned him to be afraid of people from other places. But the foreigner did not bother him.
Greetings, little fellow. Here's a treat for you. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you.
Good day, stranger.
How are you?
Hello.
Are you from Jerusalem? That's a relief. It's good to see neighbors so far from home. Ow! You have a firm grip, friend.
You haven't felt anything yet. Grab him!
What are you doing? Please stop! No! Stop, please! Why are you doing this? We're neighbors!
So give us all your money, neighbor. Let's get out of here.
The thieves took the traveler's money and jewelry, and they almost took his life.
Help me. Can somebody help me?
But no one could hear his cries for help, so he tried to crawl back to the road.
Oh, I know you'd help me if you could, little friend.
The poor traveler lay in the ditch for hours.
Someone's coming. How fortunate. It's the priest. He'll help me. But I'm so tired.
The traveler needed help, but he was too weak to call out.
What's this? Oh my goodness. Someone should help this poor man.
The priest passed the traveler on the opposite side of the road.
Hi, everyone. I'm here to share my story. I've only known superficial relationships.
How was your date last night?
It was good, I guess.
When you
Oh, the priest. Where did he go? The Levite. He called me friend. Help! Please! Please! Please, friend.
No. No, not me.
Please.
Like the priest before him, the Levite passed on the other side of the road.
What will I do? What will I do? Isn't there anyone who will help me?
By late afternoon, the poor traveler had grown very weak.
Hello, little friend. I'm afraid I won't make it through the night. Tell me, God, where are my neighbors now that I need them?
At sunset, another traveler came down the road.
Someone's coming.
Always remember, beware of the Samaritans.
Just when I need help the most, along comes a Samaritan. Maybe he hasn't seen me.
Who is it? Oh, no.
What happened to you? Ah, no matter. You need help. I'll be right back.
He won't be back.
This is medicine for your cuts and scrapes. Now, this should help.
I don't understand.
I'm going to take you to a safe place tonight.
But why? You're a Samaritan.
Ah, then you have met my people before.
Travelers passing by couldn't believe their eyes. A Samaritan was helping an Israelite.
Don't talk. Save your strength for our journey ahead. I hope this doesn't hurt too much.
The Samaritan led his donkey to a small inn.
Was there an accident? Is he all right?
No, we must get him inside.
Of course.
that man. He's alive.
Yes, I saw him too.
But who is that with him?
Why, it's a Samaritan! But a Samaritan wouldn't help an Israelite. Would he?
Just rest now.
Thank you.
All night, the Samaritan cared for the injured man.
He's looking much better.
I must travel on business today. Take this money and pay for anything he needs until I get back. When I return, I'll pay you for any other expenses.
I can't thank you enough.
I'll see you in a few days.
I asked God where my neighbors were when I needed them. He has given me the answer.
And the Samaritan did as he promised. A few days later, he took the traveler back to Jerusalem.
Who is my neighbor? You are my neighbor. I can clearly see that a neighbor is a friend reaching out to me. Who is my neighbor? You are my neighbor. Now we both agree that a neighbor is a friend helping friends in need. Look for a neighbor. He will be the one, always standing by your side when the day is done. Look for a neighbor. He will be the one, always standing by your side when the day is done. Who's my neighbor? You are my neighbor. Hand in hand we go. Hand in hand we go. Helping strangers we may meet along the winding road. Who's my neighbor? You are my neighbor. I can clearly see that a neighbor is a friend reaching out to me. When you look with your heart instead of your eyes.
Today I'm unboxing Mixtiles. Mixtiles is a company that takes
The neighbor you find will be a big surprise. Look for a neighbor. He will be the one. Hand in hand we go. Always standing by your side when the day is done. Look for a neighbor. He will be the one, always standing by your side when the day is done. When the day